You're about to listen to the Pro Wrestling Zone podcast, a Majestic production property. One of the quickest rising professional wrestling podcasts on the market today, and the most entertaining podcast in the history of existence. Please note, before diving into the show, that this is for entertainment purposes only, so myself and Peanut Gallery engage in exaggerations, dirty or offensive jokes, and satirical comments. If you are a triggered little snowflake who gets professionally offended, this is not the podcast for you. If you do enjoy our work, we ask that you contribute to our Patreon page at patreon.com/MajesticP. Contributors get access to the Discord, vote on what topic we cover, and enjoy exclusive content such as pay-per-view watch parties. Here's a sample of that from NXT TakeOver Portland. What about the other company that Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly went from?
Oh, ROH?
The one that they were signed exclusively to.
Oh, Ring of Honor?
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh my God. I felt that in my hand. If this is something you believe you would enjoy, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/MajesticP and become a patron. This ensures that we continue to entertain you for years to come. Without further ado, sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome to the 27th episode of the Pro Wrestling Zone. I am Tiger Heights.
And this is Peanut Gallery.
And we're going to talk about Super Showdown, because there's a lot just in Super Showdown to talk about. And then AEW Revolution.
Yeah. Any quick news, though, before we get started with Super Showdown, though? Anything that you saw?
Other than John Cena losing, 20 pounds of muscle, he was small.
He was
really... He did not look real. I don't know why, but he looked weird. So... other than that, and really just the WrestleMania card forming. There has been a brief rumor that WrestleMania might be canceled because of the coronavirus.
It's not going to happen. We're going to give it about a 1% chance of it ever happening.
Right. The New Japan shows that were canceled, the ones in March.
But I think that was a government issued order, wasn't it?
Yes,
the government issued that order. So I don't think America will get that bad. That will have to cancel. That'd be pretty serious.
Right. I mean, that would be a very bad thing.
That would be a bad thing. So, that's pretty much all that's going on.
And that whole thing is just a barrel full of monkeys. That could be an episode for next time.
Well, not really, but
I mean, we've seen it. We could pull off an episode. Anyway, so let's talk about Super Showdown, live from Riyadh.
Saudi Arabia. Blood Money 5, baby.
And it was not in a stadium, it was in an arena.
Well, it wasn't a stadium. It was a little tiny stadium, but it wasn't a stadium.
Oh, that was a stadium?
It was outdoors.
Oh, I mean, okay, everything in Saudi Arabia is outdoors.
No, it was an outdoor venue.
It was a venue.
It wasn't an indoor.
Was it a stadium by definition?
By definition, what do you consider a stadium?
There has to be a certain amount of seats to consummate it as an actual stadium.
It was a very small arena. It was an arena, but it was an arena that was open up to the skies.
Yes, that doesn't. There are indoor stadiums, Peanut Gallery.
Yes.
Come on.
Okay.
But so let's just say that this stadium was a downgrade from what it was.
It was very much a downgrade. It was small.
It was a very small arena. I kind of liked it more because of it.
Yeah. They kind of packed people in a little bit better, and
it looked a lot better.
It looked a lot better.
It looked better. It sounded better. I just thought it was overall better. You can pull off WrestleMania because that's the name, but I'm sorry, Crown Jewel and Super Showdown do not have that kind of name, nor will they ever.
It was, as far as the show itself, I mean, the crowd was pretty. I think the crowd was a little bit better than past ones, but again, they're just dealing with a different culture, and I just don't think American audiences really understand it very much, and I'm still trying to figure out what the crowd is about.
Right.
A lot of walking around, a lot of people just hanging out and talking.
They're talking. The police were walking around the whole time. It's I feel like they're there just for the sake of being there.
Right.
It was really weird. I mean, I will say that this was probably the more lively crowd. Like, they were super high on a lot of people.
Yes, there
you
were.
could tell.
Yeah.
But it really was just a pageantry. And I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
I thought, image-wise, it looked neat.
Yeah, it was. They did a great job with the lighting and the lasers and everything looked good.
It looked really cool. They really go all out, and I think it's neat. Anyway, let's start with the prestigious.
The prestigious to wake trophy gauntlet match.
The mountain trophy. So
I feel like every single Saudi Arabian event has one of those useless fucking trophies that no one cares about.
Oh, they absolutely
It's
do.
like, here, let's make a useless goddamn trophy.
Yep.
What are you going to do, Tower 5 of Mecca trophy
Now,
again?
Okay, the only time that it kind of meant something, and they were going to do something with it.
Was the championship, the Grand
Yes.
Championship belt. But again, it's just useless. Who cares?
No, it would have been fine if they had a champion, and then they would have been defended
Right,
at the Saudi Arabian
shows.
shows. That's the only time when it's defended.
Right.
You can build a thing, and I'm like, that would have been so cool.
Right, but
I would've
WWE
been-
doesn't know how to build crap worth shit. So
Right. And it was Braun Strowman, and they really wanted to push him, and they do this, green title, which I thought it was kind of neat. I liked it.
I understand why they did it, but it was just it kind of fell. It kind of fell on deaf ears.
They messed up a big opportunity with that.
Oh yes,
belt.
they did.
It would have been really cool if they did it, but they're like, let's do a trophy every time. And
Right.
it's like, like the first trophy is fine, the championship is kind of where it should have been, and then there's like, oh, at the next Saudi Arabia show, since they do 2 of them a year, say, oh, Braun Strowman's going to face, the Fiend for the champion, build something, make it look really cool, and then people are interested.
But no one's interested in some fucking useless. I mean, The Undertaker didn't even care.
Right.
The Undertaker didn't even care that he won the trophy.
So anyway, we started off with
God.
R-Truth and Bobby Lashley. R-Truth shined in this too.
Oh, he did.
He was all obvious. He was really hot too. Like
Yeah, he was.
This
People
crowd,
liked
this crowd
R-Truth.
was white hot for
Oh
them
yes.
the entire time. But so he beat Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
He beat Andrade, which was a big one.
Yep.
And then he beat Eric Rowan.
Yes.
And it was really cool. And then with AJ Styles doing like the dancing and stuff, really him being an asshole heel. Rey Mysterio wasn't involved at all. And then The Undertaker comes out. And
Oh, shocker. Everyone put on your shocked face. It was not very good.
Peanut Gallery. This match was something that was slated for WrestleMania. They've ruined it. I do not want to see this match.
Yeah, it's going to kind of suck.
It's going to suck, and it wouldn't have if they built it.
If the Undertaker had not come out and won the trophy,
Yes,
if he
came out, chokeslam Styles and walked away, that would have been perfect.
and then Rey Mysterio would have come out for the win.
Right, and then guess what? You screw them out of the trophy,
Yep.
the prestigious Turtwig Mountain whatever bullshit trophy, and
Yeah.
then you have a purpose for Undertaker.
I'm
versus AJ Styles.
willing to bet you that Rey Mysterio didn't even show up.
He probably wasn't even there. You're right.
No, they never showed Rey Mysterio backstage. I don't think he even showed up.
No, I'm pretty sure he wasn't flown out there. He wasn't even in the fucking country.
Oh
I
yeah,
guarantee it.
no, he was back here in the States.
But
I guarantee.
But yes, they saw The Undertaker. The Undertaker's thing was cool, but they really spoiled yet again another opportunity
Yep.
with this in AEW.
They did.
Which we'll discuss later because that show was fucking awesome.
That show was fucking amazing.
Oh God, yes. But this was really, it was fine.
It was okay.
R-Truth was the shining star in this. They have to do something with him at this point. Give him one more run with the United States champion. I think
Give
nobody would
him
do
an
that.
opportunity, man. I mean, he was a world champion back in TNA days.
He was United States champion a couple times. He was tag team champions. This
Yeah.
guy is so entertaining. He made the 24/7 champion mean something that people wanted to see.
And no one wants to see it anymore.
Right.
No one cares about it. Fuck you.
I want R-Truth and Andrade for the United States champion at WrestleMania.
Yes.
That has to be the match because then R-Truth gets a WrestleMania moment.
Yep.
He doesn't have a lot of time in his career. Even if he gives the title back, give him at least this.
Right.
But
you know they're not going to. They're gonna have all the Mexicans go against each other at WrestleMania.
It would be a feel-good moment, though, because
Right,
R-Truth deserves it. He put on great... The matches themselves were not bad.
Right, but they're gonna do Angel, Garza, Humberto, Carrillo,
Rey
and
Mysterio and Andrade, all for the United States
all
champion.
the Mexicans for the United States belt. Nobody cares.
People would care if it was R-Truth and Andrade.
Yes.
R-Truth wins the belt.
Yes.
It would be a big feel-good moment
Yep.
for everybody who just loves R-Truth.
Yep.
And he deserves it. He really does.
Yeah.
He has done a lot. He has been in this company through all the bullshit that they did, where they screwed him out of the WWE champion when he was white hot mega heel R-Truth.
Right.
And he had a good match with John Cena.
Yeah, he
and
did.
Yet they kept the belt on him.
Right.
And it's like, goddamn, you spoiled that. Don't spoil this. You have a golden opportunity.
They're going to spoil it, though.
Oh,
knowing
of
the
course they
WWE. Of course they're going to spoil it.
Of course. Anyway, well, that was a trophy. I'm done ranting about that because I could rant for another 10 minutes about R-Truth.
Well, and about how terrible that trophy is.
The Miz and John Morrison versus the New Day for
Again,
the SmackDown.
again, they ruined a good WrestleMania match by
This would have
having
been
it
fine.
here.
Yep.
This would have been good on WrestleMania, but no one wants to see this again.
This whole show throws the WrestleMania plans into the air and then like poops on it.
Right.
It's like, come on. This would have been great for John Morrison to come back, and it would have been 12 years.
Right.
For between that, and that would have been huge.
Right.
And the match itself was good, actually.
Yeah, it was actually a good match. It was probably one of the better matches of the night.
Yep, I really liked this match. The crowd was super into this, too. They loved Morrison and Miz.
Yeah, they did.
And it was really neat to see, and it was a chair shot and a roll-up on Kingston for the pin, so they could do another match, because at the Elimination Chamber, it is going to be a Elimination Chamber for the SmackDown Tag Team
Yes,
Champions.
and you notice who's missing from that Elimination Chamber?
Who?
The Revival.
They are.
They're not in that match.
I didn't even realize that, because it's Heavy Machinery, Ziggler and Rude, Morrison, Miz. Yeah, you're right. They're not in
Lucha
that.
House Party, yeah.
Their Lucha House Party's in it. Oh, whatever.
Well, yeah, and you know why.
They're gonna go to AEW.
Yeah, you know why? It's because they're leaving. They're done.
They're gonna go to AEW. They're gonna face Omega and Page, and we're just gonna splooshy gooshy all over the fucking building.
They're gonna have a 30-minute match.
It's just like, I will literally cry. But like I said, with all that put aside, these guys do have really good chemistry.
Yes.
It was a really good
It was
match.
a good match, but I feel like it should have been saved for Mania.
Right. Angel Garza versus Umberto Carrillo. This match was useless. This match was useless, but it wasn't a terrible match.
It wasn't a terrible match, but it was useless.
Yeah. Angel Garza won, which is good, because Angel Garza is like being built up as like this big ass heel, and I'm okay with it.
Right.
Umberto Carrillo was not hurt in losing either, because it still was a good match.
It was a decent match.
And they still like Umberto, so they're still going to work with him. It's going to be fine.
I know. It's just, God, there's no direction to these people. There's just no direction.
I think at this point, Umberto Carrillo, the way to really save him is for him to turn heel. That'd be really cool.
You're right.
But it was a fun match. I liked it.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Murphy versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Champions.
This was an okay match.
I thought that this match would have been better than the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. There was something weird here. I feel like the Street Profits should have won.
I feel like that way as well, because Seth Rollins and Murphy are not a tag team.
Right. I do not mind Seth Rollins with a champion, or Murphy with a champion. It's fine. And I love this whole Monday Night Messiah gimmick, but Rollins is not a tag team guy.
No.
He is the top heel in your company.
Right.
Treat him as such.
Right.
Obviously, right now, it's kind of up in the air because it's Lesnar.
Right.
But if they're going to book this right, which they're not, but it's whatever, have McIntyre and Rollins for the WWE champion, because I am okay with that.
Yeah, that would be a good rivalry.
Right. It was a stomp on Dawkins, and the thing is, Street Profits looked really good. This was their shining moment match.
Right.
But they're gonna still be in it. Not a big thing, but
blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler versus Mansour. Yet again, Mansour pulling off a fantastic match.
Oh yeah.
Him and Cesaro was great. This match was awesome. It was really good. There are some growing pains with Mansour, but he can really save himself.
He's literally like the John Cena of Saudi Arabia.
He has really good charisma. People even liked him at TakeOver.
Yeah.
He got big pops, and I'm like, if they book this guy right, he looks good. He has a good style.
Watch AEW book him better.
Oh yeah, he'll go to AEW. But Dolph Ziggler did lose. Like I said, not buried. Another great match.
Yep.
It was a feel-good moment because this crowd went ballistic, too.
Oh, and of course they gave Mansour the mic again.
Yep.
Again ruining the whole progression of the. I feel like they ruined the progression of the show
They
a
gotta
lot.
have him talk.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but they do it every pay-per-view. They have like one person come up and say, "Hey, I'm in the ring randomly. How was it?"
Right.
Right after the match. It's like these people are not in any condition to talk right now.
Right.
Why are you trying to fucking talk to them?
Right. The only time that this worked was the John Cena Triple H match, the first one. But that was kind of weird because then John Cena refused to go.
Right.
And that was really fun.
Right. No, what they should have done, they should do, press conferences or whatever after, like they do with football and stuff. Make it look more realistic.
Right, exactly.
But whatever,
Right. But, like I said, not terrible. Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet for the WWE champion. It was one-sided domination. Brock Lesnar won. Ricochet didn't even get a shred of offense in. He was absolutely
let's just bury Ricochet while we're at it.
I don't think he was buried per se, but they had to do something. I don't think they really had to do anything with this. This should have been like Brock Lesnar versus another retired person for the WWE champion because Brock Lesnar wins, but nobody's buried, nobody cares.
Right, but Ricochet, it felt like they just don't care about Ricochet anymore.
I think they still do, but at the same time, they built it somewhat, and it's like, why not me? Why not you? Because this is still Brock Lesnar, and, he shits out stuff that's heavier than you.
Right.
Ricochet will be fine.
All right.
But the thing is, if he lost this to any other person, it would have been something, but this is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He's already a gigantic mega star.
Right.
And the fact that Ricochet at least got a WWE Championship match against Brock Lesnar, there's no way anybody had a shadow of a doubt that Ricochet was going to beat Brock Lesnar here.
Right.
Maybe if he got some offense in, I wouldn't have been as pissed off about it.
Right.
But it's whatever.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
And obviously, it's not going to be Ricochet and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the WWE Champion. Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre's money.
Right.
So,
let's talk about the next match.
Roman Reigns and King Corbin in a steel cage
again.
Match. Luckily, they're moving the fuck on.
That's true. That's true. Roman Reigns has moved the fuck on.
So, yes, I'm okay with this. But it was still a terrible match. It was like, okay, their match at the Royal Rumble was kind of a guilty pleasure match.
Right.
There was some fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
But that should have ended, and they continue with it. Luckily, obviously with SmackDown, they're done with it. He's being booked with the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. We kind of figured it. I'm okay with it. Whatever.
Right.
Nothing was hurt. Nothing was gained from it.
Although Roman Reigns is not like the person he's going up against at Mania. But we'll talk about that at the very end of the show.
Right. Luckily, I put in all caps, end this rivalry now. They're done with it. Thank God. Bayley versus Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Champion. I liked this match.
Did you think it was better than the first match?
The first match,
the first women's match, Natalya and Lacey.
No, I liked Natalya and Lacey more.
I did too.
I will say that, but
I did. There was a good storyline behind. Well, it was an okay storyline. It's not.
There was the thing was is that they weren't sure if they could have because originally Bayley and Carmella was supposed to be here,
right?
And then it was supposed to be Naomi versus Bayley at Mania,
right?
But since it was kind of like a toss-up, they had to do something with Carmella before.
Right.
Because now they're starting to build towards WrestleMania after this show.
Right.
So it's like, do this, and then they convince them. So it's like, okay, Naomi and Carmella do a match. Whoever wins. At least there was a match.
Right, that's true.
And it was still a good match. I liked it. I expected less. I thought they exceeded my expectations.
I thought so too. It was good, but I don't think it was as good as the first match.
I love heel Bayley. Her heel tactics are great, and it is what it is. But the one thing I really liked about Lacey Evans and Natalya is that it felt special.
Yeah.
There was something about it where it's like, oh wow, this is big.
Yeah.
And they really promote these shows as something that there's going to be a memorable moment.
Right.
At every show, which they just can't do. At WrestleMania, they could pull it off because they generally do pretty good with the booking at that. We're going to see it again at the next WrestleMania.
I know.
I guarantee it. It's going to be WrestleMania.
Yep.
But, I still like the match.
It was all right.
It was a decent little title match.
Yep.
It was, there was a first of everything here, but,
I like to see Bayley versus Sasha Banks at Mania.
Right. Maybe a little more booking in this would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Well, now Sasha Banks is back from recording the album.
That's true.
Now they can do this booking of it, and there's not an elimination chamber to determine the number one contender for the women's champion.
Okay, and unlike the other, why did they put the Raw elimination chamber together? Why was it for the Raw women's champion? I still don't
it's obvious
understand
on who it is. Like, come on.
Pretty obvious who's gonna win. I'm really not digging that.
No, but we still got to do predictions on it.
Fuck.
There are only 3 matches, and it's fucking next weekend. They're gonna pull off some Sunday. Here are all the matches. So, the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus
Speaking
Goldberg.
of bullshit, let me take a drink.
There's not enough alcohol and therapy in this world for me to really to fully grasp of how annoyed I am by this. The Fiend was their hottest act. Him going into Goldberg won, by the way, in like pretty convincing fashion.
In
too.
3 minutes.
And also probably one of the scariest jackhammers I've ever seen.
Fuck the WWE. Fuck them with this bullshit decision.
Here is my thought. I did not like the Fiend winning the Universal Champion.
No, they backed him into a corner. He is fine without the belt.
He can get over without it. He does not
need the belt.
But if anybody would have beaten the Fiend, it should have been somebody either up and coming or something that would have been big. I would have been okay with Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania for the Universal Champion and Roman Reigns winning. I would have been okay with that. But WWE, they're not stupid. They knew that Roman Reigns beating the Fiend at WrestleMania would have gotten so much nuclear heat, it wouldn't have been funny.
No, Reigns would have been the biggest heel the company ever had, which is the opposite of what their intended results is.
They should have done that. What if? Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
They did it with they did it with Seth Rollins. I mean, Bray Wyatt turns people heel because he is so good at what he does.
Right.
He will change people's crowd reactions based on the rivalry. Right. He can turn a heel into a face. He can turn a face into a heel. So the WWE, I think what happened was after the whole debacle with Seth Rollins, after that whole thing with Hell in a Cell and with the last Saudi pay-per-view.
It wasn't a debacle with the last Saudi pay-per-view.
No, it was a debacle because they intended the Fiend to be heel during the rivalry, but the Fiend was not the heel, and they intended Seth Rollins to be the good guy, but Seth Rollins was actually the bad guy.
Right, and at least they have embraced Seth Rollins being heel now, but
they don't want Roman Reigns to face the same fate.
Right.
That's the problem.
And now, since Goldberg, who beat the Fiend, has all of this absolute nuclear heat, they're going to have Roman beat him.
Yeah, nobody wants Goldberg to be Universal Champion. But they had to... I understand that they had to do something. I just didn't like the way in which it was done.
They did it themselves. And
I know.
I would have been okay with Roman Reigns beating the Fiend at WrestleMania.
They should have...
But what if Roman, instead of doing it face... What if he low blowed the Fiend, turn heel, main event WrestleMania, and he embraced it?
Exactly.
That's how you do that. Because then
I wanted Goldberg to do some bullshit
instead of his Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Oh,
big heel turn, WrestleMania. He embraces the hate. And then Bray Wyatt looks like the babyface, and then the Fiend looks like it was appropriate for him to lose, without hurting him,
right?
And then
no.
And then people would have been talking forever. Roman Reigns finally turned heel. He starts flipping off the fans. Boom, that's money. And then he's money.
But see, the problem is no one. The WWE does not want Roman Reigns to be heel. So what they did was actually okay in the short term. In the long term, though, it's not going to be good. If they wanted Goldberg to go into WrestleMania as a heel, he should have screwed over Bray Wyatt. That's it. He should have done chairs, whatever. Have him go ape shit on him instead of this bullshit 3-minute thing and make the Fiend look like the weakest guy in the world. But at the end of the day, the Fiend stood back up. He no-sold like he usually does, and then he went black. I think that would have been I think that would have been more appropriate even. Or maybe even have Bray Wyatt go in as Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. And then because he has multiple personalities as the other Bray Wyatt. So what if his multiple personalities get so out of hand that he then loses? As Firefly Funhouse.
Funhouse Bray Wyatt. Right. That would have been better. That even would have been better.
Because then you could work off of that and say, oh my god, my multiple personalities were going off the deep end.
And then the Fiend wouldn't have looked weak.
Right.
Bray Wyatt wouldn't have looked weak. I mean, he doesn't look weak anyway.
Right.
But so what's going to happen at WrestleMania is Roman Reigns and Goldberg. And I'm okay with it. I kind of figured they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. And then it was going to now... I'm okay with this match. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know how that kind of fits though, but we'll roll with it.
I'm okay with it. I think
I would have rather seen the Fiend versus the Undertaker, the Fiend versus Kane, or someone like that, because you want a monster to go up against someone who's also kind of that aura of mysticism. You really, because John Cena isn't really the kind of guy to bring a character like that back from the dead.
Basically, what they need, they need to book this is redemption for Bray Wyatt.
Right, have Bray Wyatt win this one.
And then redeem it from what happened at WrestleMania 30.
Yes.
So.
Hold on, he's on his phone. All right.
Sorry, I got a text. I put on silent. So, that was really it for Super Showdown. There's a mixed bag.
So star rating and best and favorite match of the night.
Out of 5, I'm gonna give this a 3.
Okay.
I loved the presentation, the pyro. They really go all out, and I really enjoy the grandeur of it. The crowd was really hot throughout the night. There was a lot of energy, and I felt it to be palatable to a point. My favorite match, just out of the gate, honestly, was Dolph Ziggler and Mansour.
Okay.
It was just a great feel-good moment. The crowd kept alive, and they put it in a good place where the crowd didn't die.
Yeah. All right.
That was me.
I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I hated every storyline going into it, and half of the finishes were bullshit. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. And my favorite match was The Miz and John Morrison versus The New Day.
Okay. And I also liked how R-Truth was booked in this. He looked
really good. Good booking with that one too.
We're gonna take a break, and after that, we're gonna talk about a show that knows how to book shit
and a better show. So stay tuned.
Yes.